Nicole Kessinger's father clearly said in the interview with the police, if you get a confession, this investigation will be over, right? And they said, yeah, right. And the next thing you know, Christopher Watts is confessing everything. It don't matter about all the missing video footage and nothing makes sense and all the lies, and none of that matters. You think it's possible that they let Nicole Kessinger's father in there to threaten Chris and say, oh, you're going to take the blame for this dopey before they start looking into me and my daughter more? Think it's possible that he threatened Chris's family, his mom, his dad, who's his hero? Chris Hardy knew that Nicole Kessinger hung around with scary people. He found that out. What do you do? What would you do? They threatened your mom and your dad, your hero. What would you do? Well, that's what he did. He protected his mom and his dad, his sister, his nephew. This is the Watts Up series of the investigation of Christopher Watts. Not the fairy tale, not what they want you to think, but the facts. Buckle up. You'll be as shocked as me. But the truth has to come out. Shanann knew that NK was going to be there to move Chris out, and she grabbed NK by the hair, ripped it out to make sure that her DNA would be all over NK. And that's when she told NK and Chris that she had taken all of those drugs to commit suicide. That's when she told them that she was going to set them up for her murder. What she didn't tell them was that she also had drugged the children. They didn't realize that until the children didn't wake up later on. She was going to make sure Chris would not have the other woman and his children, because that's the only thing Chris cared about. He didn't care about the money.
Imagine if I listen what I hate, I gotta say. I never give a broke bitch any time of day. You ugly when you jealous, bitch. Look at that face. I'm hot right now when you're not, okay? Oh, you big mad? Oh, you big mad? Got a big bag, popping big tags. All white Rover, yeah, whip that. Ate it up, left no crumbs, cause the shit smack. I just sit back, let the chips stack. People juiced, other boys, yeah, they shit crack. Off the coast, I'ma holler when I get back. Got his that. Oh, you big mad? Hey. Oh, you still big man, huh? Bitch, I'm in the coupe, whipping fast, huh? Hey, cup of few, you ain't had none. Hey, don't start, I'm the last.
Shanann called that realtor first. Shanann saw a divorce attorney. Shanann told everybody in North Carolina they were breaking up, and she was happy about it till she got dumped by the father of her last 2 children. That's when she wanted Chris back, but she knew she couldn't get him back, and that's when she got furious, and she was going to get him. There's no way he was walking out of that marriage, humiliating her with blood tests through a divorce that would prove she's a fraud. There was no way she was going to lose her cash cow, Chris, and so she set up his girlfriend by ripping her hair out. You can see her hair was ripped out. She committed suicide by taking all the drugs she had, and she drugged her own daughters, which they didn't realize until after those poor little girls were dead. Shanann was the kind of woman that was to be adored and obeyed. And Chris was the dopey little dope boy that did whatever she wanted. She said jump, he said how high, and he was a nervous wreck over pleasing her until it didn't matter anymore, until he found somebody else after he knew Shanann had cheated on him and the last 2 children weren't his, and she was going to be made stupid in a divorce now that she was dumped by the father of her last 2 children. Well, she wasn't going to let that happen. She knew she was going to set Chris up. There was no way she was going to let him live happily ever after with his pretty new girlfriend. So what she did was she put the picture on the internet of the doll. Chris didn't do that. Shanann did that. Then she took all that OxyContin and made sure that she ripped out the hair of NK so that the DNA would be all in her hands. They tried to get it out with bleach. That's how the bleach got on her black bra. And the children, they didn't know that the children was drugged until it was too late. And then they panicked because, yeah, it looked like they did it. So how did they get the children into that thief hatch? They used hefty bags, tore out the bottom. They greased them up. And then they put the children through, took out the hefty bags, and lo and behold, NK, she had control over the alarm on the thief hatch. So, oh yeah, she's involved, but why did she panic? Why did it happen? Because they were set up. They were set up because, well, hell hath no fury like a woman scorned.